Don't spend a penny more on marketing for your solar company until you watch this video. In this video, we're going to go through 5 essential steps that will help you convert every dollar you spend with a reliable marketing source into profit for your solar company. Let's get greasy. So today we're going to be talking about 5 essential steps to make sure you're doing the most you can to make all of your marketing sources work for you instead of against you. A lot of times solar companies pay for marketing without really knowing what to do with leads once they get them. We'll have some beginner, intermediate, and advanced tips in here. My goal is no matter which stage of working with marketing sources or managing marketing for your solar company is, you're going to find something for you. So whether you're spending hundreds of thousands of dollars a month on marketing or just starting to spend your first 100, this video is for you. We're going to go ahead and get into it. You have to know your numbers. Successful marketing is math, and math equals money. The way I like to go around this, if you're just new, starting out, you've never really messed with this before, maybe you're like a door knocking company or referral based or just never managed things that well, I like to work backwards. What does that mean, Josiah? What do you mean you like to work backwards? I like to know how many sales I'm trying to generate and work backwards from there. So in this example, we're going to say we're going to generate 2 sales a month from the marketing budget. So the question is, how much should I spend? Well, if an average lead is $50, I know on average that a standard lead to appointment KPI is 20%, which means 1 out of every 5 leads I get is going to book an appointment. At $50 a lead, that means my cost per appointment is going to be $250 per appointment. If 50% of those appointments show up, that means my cost per SAT appointment is $500. And if my closers close SAT appointments at 20%, that means my total CAC or cost per acquisition is $2,500. Successful marketing is math, and math is money. Once you learn these levers, you learn them in marketing, and I found it even helps people go back to their knocking teams when you're looking at these numbers, because these numbers are your levers to change your numbers. Leads us to number 2. So what are my levers to change my numbers? Lever number 1, lowering your cost per lead. Pretty simple. If I want a lower cost per acquisition, as long as I can keep all my other numbers in check, and we'll talk about that a little later, you can lower your cost per lead to get a lower cost per acquisition. Now, if the quality of a lead drops the same or worse than the cost per lead drops, you can actually get more expensive appointments from a lower cost per lead. You can increase your lead to appointment ratio. So either you increase quality of leads or your appointment to lead process, increase your appointment sit rate, increase your close rate, or finally get referrals from your closes. So those are all like levers to change your numbers. And once you know those numbers, it's really important to get them drilled into your head. They're numbers I look at weekly for my company, Prospect Bacon, for the marketing we're doing. These are basically, the levers you want to be looking at every week, tracking it in a simple Google sheet, getting that all put together. Number 3, if something is not working, how do I diagnose what is not working? So we go back to the numbers. It's pretty easy. What KPIs are being missed? If lead to appointment is bad, either we have a bad appointment setting process or the lead quality is subpar. So you have 2 options you do there. Either you increase lead quality or we improve the appointment setting process. Maybe there's something wrong with the marketing where we're promising something that the lead isn't receiving. We're saying free solar, something like that. Or, maybe we have a bad setter. I've seen like a team of 3 setters or 3 callers calling leads. 2 of them have a great lead to appointment ratio. The third wasn't following the script. Maybe the script needs improving. Maybe the process needs improving. Maybe the speed to lead time needs to be less than 10 minutes. You've heard me talk about that before. If that number is being exceeded, right? Like I was working with a company, their average speed to lead was over 4 hours. That's no bueno. We're never going to get solid KPIs until those problems are fixed. So it's either lead quality or the appointment setting process. If sit ratio is bad, then either we have a flawed appointment setting process. It usually has a lot more to do with how the leads are being set than what the marketing process was to get them to that point. As far as sit rate, I will make a note that a referral will usually have a much higher sit rate than like a Facebook lead or a door knocking lead. So lead source can matter, but if we're asking ourselves, why is sit rate lower this month? It's not usually a marketing problem. It's more of a system or process problem. If close rate is bad, there are typically a few things that could be happening. There's misalignment in the process from marketing to appointment set to sale. For example, the ad promised a free Tesla, and when your closer gets in the house, it's like, no, we're not giving you a free Tesla. Well, that client's not really going to care about what you're offering because the initial promise wasn't kept. So if the process from marketing to close is okay and is aligned, then you have a sales issue. Moving on. So how do you know if you have a good marketing source? Once you know your numbers, you can define how your systems and processes are affecting things versus the marketing company. For example, if marketing company A is providing $40 leads with a 20% lead to appointment, but marketing company B is providing $20 leads with an 8% lead to appointment, marketing company B might be worse. But you ask, Josiah, why is it worse? Well, we're working twice the amount of leads for less than half the amount of appointments. So the math just simply doesn't check out. But Josiah, data is money. We're getting more leads. We'll be able to work those in our pipeline later. Maybe, but you also have to think of your call team and closers getting more discouraged working sub-quality leads. How's your communication with the company? Are they just calling you right before you renew? Is that the only time they check on you before they take money from you? Do the marketing company's systems and processes align with yours? A lot of times I've seen solar companies just take marketing or leads from anybody who can get them a good cost per acquisition, but the systems and processes of that marketing company can actually be causing your company pain. And usually that's revealed in the numbers. Are they compliant? Remember, a great lead source needs to be compliant. You could be having a great cost per acquisition, but if that marketing company is grabbing illegal homeowner data or something else that's going to get you in a lot of trouble, it's probably not worth it. So for me, like how to know if marketing is compliant marketing to me is transparent. I can see, where the ads are being spent, what ads are running, all that sort of thing, what offers are being made. Compliant marketing is exclusive by 2025. All compliant marketing will have to be exclusive. Non-exclusive leads are becoming a thing of the past. Has opt-in in terms of service consent. And last but not least is not misleading consumers. You can be checking all the boxes, but if your marketing is still misleading consumers, you're not compliant, you're going to get into trouble. It's not a question of if or you're too small of a fish. It's when. And then last but not least, you have to be willing to build systems and processes to make marketing work for you. A lot of times marketing is sold as this magic solution to all the problems a solar business has. But if you're not willing to do the steps to ensure that your business is managing the precious data you're spending money on it, it's not going to go well for you. Think about it. You're spending so much time on your door knocking team and process, your managers, or whatever way you're building sales for your company. You need to be willing to roll up your sleeves and do the same amount of work on your marketing. What's my lead to appointment process? What's my appointment to sit process? What's my sit to close process? What's my post-sale process? What's my referral getting process? You have to be willing to spend time and money to build all these things up. I think a lot of people get stuck because door knocking is kind of this thing where you're spending time instead of money. So when things aren't running efficiently, it doesn't hurt as less. When you're spending money on marketing, everything hurts because you're always spending money. At the minimum, I think an owner has to be willing to spend an hour or two a day on lead management or hire someone to do the process and manage it for them for their lead gen campaign to be successful. This goes whether your marketing is in-house or you're buying appointments or non-exclusive leads or even working with somebody like Prospect Bacon. So these were my 5 tips to make solar marketing work for you. I hope this was helpful. If you have any more thoughts or questions, I go over this a lot more in depth at prospectbacon.com/solarleadgen101. You can get a free PDF download as well as access to a longer masterclass training I did on this subject. Please remember to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with anyone else in the solar industry that may find this information helpful. And last but not least, if you're looking for solar marketing that's worth the darn, check us out at prospectbacon.com.